Listen up, cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
With Rooster and
The Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
the Constitution, and
morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
so sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine.
So one of the spoilers for you on the
we're
Spider-Man
recording.
No Way Home is they introduced this multiverse with all the different Spider-Man stuff like that. Well, there's a really lame one in there. It's kind of a weak link where Peter gets bitten by the radioactive spider, and Aunt May's kind of an attentive parent, if you will, and she gives him some Benadryl, and he just lives out this nerd life. He never gets the superpowers or anything like.
So I kind of wonder, like, where was the Rona in all this in the multiverse?
I think they skipped that one. That's probably where the X-Men are going to come in later because they all got their vaccine and get their mutate and different things like that.
That's how they mutate.
Guys, we're recording.
Oh, hey,
welcome back, cluckheads.
Welcome back to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman.
Where we talk about Constitution, common sense,
current events, and
morals.
Morals.
She's chimed in there for us.
Yeah, she's in the room.
Yeah, she's around.
Obviously,
so we got her mic'd up.
Hey, can we yellow card her for yelling at us? That hurt my feelings.
I don't know if we're allowed to yellow card her. Morals?
Are we?
Nope.
No.
She says no.
She says no. Okay.
Cool.
So we're not allowed to yellow card.
No.
Well, it's been a couple weeks because.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We're going into 2022. Just
dude, it's like 2021 just flew.
But at the same time, it did not fly by. Because if you,
but it wasn't like a good flight. It was like I was in the military on one of those C-130s, and you're all just kind of bumped up against everybody, and there's a bunch of funk and BO on the plane.
So like bird flew by or bat flew by.
Oh, nice.
Well, to just kind of put this in perspective, remember a long time ago when we saw like the memes of Bernie Sanders like sitting down like with his arms crossed?
Angry Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
That was almost a year ago.
Wow, that is crazy.
And it just seems like it's been so long.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Actually, she probably did not.
No, she didn't. That's not what she said, actually.
Especially Lady Guns didn't say that.
But
good time.
See, that's where I would have told you the other joke.
Yeah, but we got morals, so we're going to keep some of these jokes.
Morals told me
to
no.
ourselves.
So,
all right. Let's have a clean start to the year, gentlemen.
Clean start.
Hey,
because we do have a Happy New Year coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned Happy New Year.
This show will actually air on New Year's Day. So
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So Happy New Year to all you guys out there listening.
Yeah.
I hope the 12 or 13 of you are enjoying the day.
There's more than that.
I don't know how many they've got, so they don't share numbers.
Well,
with me, I'm not good at math.
Dallas does a good job. Like,
I've
stuff out there.
never been good at math. So,
and well, that's okay. Well, we can talk about some math later. That doesn't.
We'll get to the math later. Let's talk about some booze.
All right. So the Morals gave us some apple. Is it technically an apple whiskey or what is it?
It'd be Apple Jack, wouldn't it?
Well, no, because it's
what they used to call apple whiskey.
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it apple liqueur or is it actual apple?
These two are apple whiskeys.
On the Jim Beam, it says apple liqueur. So our low end.
So that's the liqueur. Is
Jim Beam apple. And it says apple liqueur infused with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
I'll tell you what, man.
And there's nothing fancy about the bottle. I mean, it's.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty spiffy right now when our low end is Jim Beam.
That is true.
And not like an Evan Williams.
We've had way worse low ends.
Yeah. So I mean,
but there's nothing special about the bottle.
We're growing as people.
I figured I'd take it easy on you to start out the
new year.
I don't know. She's being nice.
I mean, we can't be Toys R Us kids anymore. Toys R Us doesn't exist anymore. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's still too soon. Why did you bring that up?
I know. I'm sorry. I heard it's coming back.
Is there a variant of it coming back?
I have no idea. It might be one of the variants. I'm not real sure. The Jeffrey variant. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. So the good news is I'm an adult now, so I can
go and play there anytime I want.
I can go do anything I want. I don't have to just go to a toy store. I can go to Bass Pro.
Yeah.
I can, and they don't let you fish in that place, by the way, which I think is kind of crap.
Well, they do.
Actually, they do.
Yeah, they do on the outside.
No, I'm talking the big tank in the middle.
Yeah, I know.
No, only outside.
Only outside.
Well, it's not fair because I've been there and they've seen guys testing lures and I've seen them fishing there. So I think that I should
maybe we should see if they let us test one with the 16.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna go with a GoPro camera. Tell them I'm a blogger and it's okay.
Yeah, I say I'm an influencer.
Yeah, I'm an influencer. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, we could see if they let us put one of those 16 footers in the little tank.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
I don't know
lie.
how you get in the one at Cabela's though. That seems like they thought that one through.
Yeah, they did.
Kept
But anyway,
that one.
so back on the low end. It's just a Jim Beam bottle that has a green apple on it. There's nothing fancy about
nothing
it.
better than the Granny Smith apple.
Oh no, Granny Smith apples are the way to go. Yeah. But it's 32.5%, 65 proof. So that's it is not SeaWorld friendly. And hold on, the Morals is saying something. I can't see what it says. Oh, it's made in Fredericksburg, Kentucky.
Oh, look at that. She has
And
actual facts
it's
for us.
$18 for a. She has it, man. She's got this.
We're not just making stuff up. That's crazy.
And it just had the regular
Just a
twist.
twist
Yeah,
cap,
just
so
a twist.
it doesn't have the little pour stop, so
So-
you know it's a little bit higher end.
Oh, that is straight just
Yeah,
green.
because everybody
apple.
knows it when you got that little plastic.
We have to
pour.
do we have to do the Biden sniff test here. That's just straight
Sit in
apple.
that bottle like a little lady.
Yeah.
Legs crossed.
Oh,
Now you're so
that's
old.
okay. Yeah. All right, creepy Joe. Now you're taking
That
it
smells
too far.
great, actually.
It just smells like straight apple.
Yeah,
you can't
smells
even.
good. It's not like Jolly Rancher, green apple.
No,
kind of
it's not a
thing.
Jolly Rancher green
But
apple.
it smells good. I mean,
But it.
kudos.
But it.
But like-
it's very heavy on that apple.
But like I said, our low end is kind of that mid range right now, anyway. So
Well, I'm sure that something
special
like
treat at the
this
end of the year.
that there's not a true low
Yeah.
end. So, you want to sniff it so you can. Okay,
She's good.
Moral's
She's ready.
just
She's
like
ready
no,
for
I
that
can
one.
smell
Smell
it
it from here.
I can smell it from here. So.
Yeah,
All right, no,
I'm just
No.
smelling again.
you always break your own
Wow, it
rules.
smells even better in the glass.
Does it?
Yeah, the aroma.
Oh, yeah.
I think it does smell like a Jolly
Yeah.
Rancher.
You think? I think it's weaker than a Jolly Rancher. So, and I like that sour apple.
I like the sour
Yeah.
apple one. It's like the putting it like the green Jolly Rancher, the Ringmaster style in the Zima.
It's like the Jolly Rancher
Oh.
sticks.
Hey, do you ever have was it Double Bubble? Did you ever find the elusive in the penny candy aisle, the elusive green apple one? That was the best.
No,
Oh, that thing was awesome, man. I got excited when I'd find that stuff. Yeah. I was
moving
easily-
right along.
I was easily entertained as a child.
First topic.
So first topic.
No, we haven't-
no?
we haven't-
Oh,
we haven't
gotta
done
talk
the
about
other
what's against.
one.
Yeah. So, Crown
How
Royal.
is it that y'all are you're the moral conscious for this show? How is it that you're even?
Well,
starting
she
to break the
threw me off, obviously, because we know I don't get anything wrong on the show. So Crown Royal, it's about $30 a bottle. The bottle's pretty dope. It's the Crown Royal bottle, we all know.
Also not
did it come
SeaWorld
with
friendly.
a cool little coin purse that, do we get that one? Because most people don't realize you're not really supposed to use that for everything in everyday life after that. It's really just kind of a disposable thing. But I'm glad to see we're keeping. Oh, it's green too.
Yeah, green label, green bag.
Nice.
Oh, so
The
I wonder.
bottles-
So okay, see, the only flavored one I ever have bought from them was that the salted caramel. So
And it comes in an orange
and
bag.
it came in like an orangish brown. So I wonder, like, do all of their flavored ones come in?
All of the flavors come in a different colored bag.
Oh,
That's pretty sick. I like it.
the
Just like a
more
Crown Black
you
comes
know.
in a
Yeah, so
bag.
this one's got a nice little wrapper over the top of the cap. So it's got, of course, it's the Crown bottle cap that we're all used to. It's a twist, but it's not like a cheap little flimsy.
But now that
plastic.
one's actually 70 proof. I think that one's 3570.
Yeah, so that one is a little bit more, I think, on that one. So yeah, it's 70 proof, 750 milliliters. It's from
So
Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah, so they're both
it's-
750.
It's Canadian whiskey, a little different than our American counterpart, but
Blame Canada.
wow, yeah,
This one
that's a
smell
better
good?
smell. That's the other one's a good smell, but this one's a better smell.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely
that smells like grandma's in there making an apple pie.
That's
All right.
It's a fresh apple.
Yeah,
apple smell.
that's a great. That's like I'm in the produce section and they just brought all the apples in, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
pretty good.
Oh wow! Look at these glasses she's pouring in. So,
Are those Marine Corps themed glasses?
Yeah, but more importantly than that, they're acid etched that you can get from giftedchicken.com.
Yeah, that's a pretty dope site. From what I understand.
It's pretty. Good
those
site.
are dishwasher safe, so the acid never comes off, and you're not feeling the rough edges like a laser.
They're literally your home for all your beard, bath, and body needs.
And I believe they have all the different branches. So some of us weren't in the Marine Corps, and
they're right here in North Texas. They're right here in North Texas, veteran owned and operated.
Yeah, veteran owned and operated.
All right. So, ready for our first topic?
Yeah. Let's get the first topic.
Let's get our first topic pulled up.
So, episode 34's first topic.
Let's have our cluckage, clinkage right here ready to go with our. We'll start with that low end of that Jim Beam.
Yeah.
So, here we go. That cluckage, clinkage. Here we go.
All righty.
Let's take a sip. All right. And the timer has started.
So, that definitely tastes like a liqueur.
That does taste like
that. Does not taste like a whiskey. That tastes like a liqueur.
That tastes like syrup.
Yeah, that's a liqueur.
All right, so first topic, Ghislaine Maxwell.
So, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with Miss Maxwell, she was Epstein's accomplice.
But her
girlfriend, or
her trial. Everybody should know who it is because her trial's publicized on every.
You'd think that's the case. I mean, we could publicize Rittenhouse and everybody else, but when it comes to the serial pedophile secret sex slave island thing for the rich and famous, what we end up with is a closed trial that's not televised.
No,
there's not a whole lot of media coverage going on with it.
That's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
got to be all over the news.
But so to kind of fast forward to that one, the trial's over. She's been found guilty of 5 of the 6. So it's kind of like the dentine gum or whatever, 4 out of 5 dentists. They recommend it. But,
so 5 out of 6
felonies are recommended.
So I'm sure that, that because, since they said that they weren't televising it because a lot of the material was just too disturbing, surely they're going to let us know what all the charges were that she got found guilty on. Because, I mean...
well, you'd think, but they let us know about... 1.
No.
Just 1 of the 5.
Now, doesn't that kind of go against that whole Public Information Act since this is a trial?
Yeah, you think it would. I'm hoping that maybe when sentencing
right there,
is
Sparky?
over, when that's done, I'm hoping that that's when they'll finally start releasing all this stuff. So when they get it over, we'll hopefully get some information because I don't want to believe that there's anything nefarious coming out of the federal government protecting any, say, senators or former presidents who might have taken some trips and might be on that little black book or in that log that we still have not seen yet from this trial either.
That's amazing as well.
Don't get me wrong. I am absolutely happy the federal government went out and got this monster because she's a monster.
Yeah, she is.
She's a monster. They went out and got her. Epstein's dead, even though he didn't kill himself.
What? No.
Yeah, it's weird. But, so these people are being brought to justice. But here's what I'm really interested in. So there's 2. Now, there's a whole island with a logbook, and we know that these are billionaires and millionaires and senators and congressmen.
All
and
the rich and
presidents.
famous people.
Yeah, celebrities. How come nobody is being named as in a prosecution? Not only they're not giving us names, where's the prosecution for all these Johns? If it's a hooker situation, or excuse me, I know they don't like that word anymore. They like sex workers. If it is a sex worker off the street corner kind of situation, the guy who gives that, or woman, if it's a male sex worker,
remind me to tell you about morals of the sex
whatever
worker. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, so they're supposed to be giving, so there's always a John or a Jane. That's
always named,
prosecuted as well,
and they're named by in court.
So
like you can find their. So where are all these names? Where are all these names?
Why are we just punishing the people who set the island up?
And now you said the thing about the sentencing. So she's going to get sentenced on all 5 that she was found guilty on.
Yeah,
but we're only told the 1. So how are they going to try to? I don't know. Cover up those other 4 during the sentencing process.
And I don't know how they can get away with it without throwing some type of national security, deal or
I
something.
Don't know.
Or I don't know. Or saying that they've got more charges coming for other people and they have to keep it quiet.
But
I just find it odd that a federal trial is secretive. We're the people. They're not supposed to be secrets from the people.
Well, luckily that Ghislaine's and Jeffrey's love was so strong that she's going to finish his sentence for him.
Should have waited till I was taking a drink on that one.
Oh, so speaking of, because a lot of this stuff is out of the news. I wonder why we're not hearing anything about some of this on CNN.
Well, I'm sure they're covering some of it, but CNN shouldn't be allowed to cover this because they've got so many sexual misconduct allegations going right now.
Oh, my God.
It's like they should be involved in the, from a reporting, but they might have some log books or something that they're logged on.
Did you see that the producer actually had the text and stuff still saved where that he was asking for the mother and naked photos of her and her 15-year-old daughter at the same time. Talked about unzipping and putting his mouth. I mean, really disturbed. Oh, there's our timer.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Okay, well, speaking of a freak, we haven't heard from DJ Guns in a while.
I talked to him the other day. So he's doing well.
Okay.
I mean, he wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's.
Yeah,
but he's for those who don't know, he's once again incarcerated in the Facebook prison.
He's in the Facebook pokey.
He's not allowed to say things on Facebook
No, he's
anymore.
not.
But it's okay because he might have given a couple of us his admin access, so he's going to be saying some stuff he didn't even know was coming.
Nothing but love, DJ Guns, but you done messed up. Hey, Ron, you gave us
buckaroo.
You gave us admin privileges.
We won't
So what do you,
that
what do you think about the Jim Beam?
It's a liqueur.
I don't think it's a whiskey. I think it's a liqueur.
It's not even like an apple candy flavor. I mean, it's like an apple.
It's very syrupy.
It's like if I was doing a peach liqueur or a honey liqueur. It kind of seems to fall into that with just a slight apple flavor because the apple flavor is not even really strong. The smell
is strong, but the
the
taste
flavor
isn't.
It's definitely not a Granny Smith apple.
There was another one that we had that was like that. That the taste was okay, but the smell was bad, and I can't remember which one it was.
That was that Glenlivet or no?
No.
Was it, one of them smelled like bouillon, but it didn't taste horrible.
But you couldn't get past the smell. With this one, the smell is really good, but the taste just isn't.
Clan
there.
McGregor.
Clan McGregor.
That was it.
What
Clan
it was.
McGregor. Yeah, it smelled like beef ramen or chicken ramen or something weird.
But the taste didn't reflect the smell. This is kind of the exact opposite. Because I mean, you can smell the apple, but then
and
you
I'm going to tell you right now,
it.
I could feel. We've talked about this on the lower end stuff. I could feel that burn down the back of my throat.
Yeah,
like almost like a heartburn and not like a liquor.
Yeah,
kind of sensation. So,
anyways, all right. Well, you know what? Let's move over to the. Let's move over to this high end.
High end.
Move over to the Crown.
Ooh, the color is very different.
The color is very different. It's almost like a whiskey color.
Yeah.
Well, where if you're comparing them side by side, the other one looks almost.
Well, see, I would almost argue that the Jim Beam looks more like a whiskey, and the Crown Royal looks more like a bourbon. It's got that darker bourbon kind of color to it.
I was going to say
is darker, but it's more clear.
Yeah.
I was going to say
that
this one has a beer coloring to it.
That's a good
This one actually looks like it could be a whiskey or a bourbon. Let's take a sip of this. Oh, that's good.
Okay, so that's a whiskey
with
an apple overtone
flavor
to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually really good.
That tastes like a whiskey. That's a really smooth whiskey.
That is.
Wow. Crown Royal?
She normally chooses.
We're going to have to try the vanilla one at some point. Don't they have a vanilla one too?
They
I know Jim Beam's got a vanilla.
They have a vanilla and they have a caramel.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like January is going to be flavor month.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it from the morals first. All right, so let's go to topic number 2. What was topic number 2? I didn't see what was submitted on that.
Oh, well, topic number 2 was actually...
Oh, it was the military COVID
Yeah,
stuff.
This one's a little sad.
So, timer started. You want to start it? You want me to?
Yeah, so I'll start it. So this is the military discharging for COVID vaccinations or lack of COVID vaccinations.
Now, with that being said, they're like overall it's around a 98%.
Well, they're not really being super open with their numbers. That's another disturbing thing coming from the government. But right now, so as of 12:30, the Marine Corps, we've got an updated number on that one. They have discharged 206 Marines.
And considering that that's the smallest branch, that's a very
that's alarming. Now, the Army, or the smallest branch, or excuse me, the smallest number one that we've got so far I could find was as of December 13th, there were only 27 airmen who have been discharged out of the Air Force.
Okay.
And then in the Army, they're not talking discharges because they have that whole National Guard issue they've got going on too.
Yeah, that's an entirely different
with governors
thing.
saying don't get the vaccine, blah blah blah. Pentagon saying doing this because the National Guard is part of the Army.
But they also have state level control.
Correct.
So
it's going to be courts that decide that.
Yeah,
one.
the courts are going to have to get in.
But right now they're at 2,700 soldiers have been disciplined. They won't say who's been discharged, who's been Article 15, who's been court-martialed. They're not giving those details.
Just saying discipline.
They're just saying discipline.
That sounds a little like
I've been disciplined before.
I've
we're banana.
I've been chewed out before. I can handle butt chewing.
So I mean, I might have had one or two counsel statements in my career that came across, but they were kind of funny. Not funny to normal people.
That'll be an off-air topic.
Yeah. So I don't want to get a card, so we'll move on.
How did you get naked on top of that tank?
Well, it was hot. Things don't really go in a lot of cold places.
But I mean, especially like right now with everything kind of ramping up, we have the. There's no really other way you say it. The whole China crisis that with them, China. With their military, and that's taken a back seat to some of the stuff that's on the air.
Yeah,
I mean, they're sitting here saying that they're going to discharge members of the military at a time that really we shouldn't. Well, be doing that.
The Army has stated that they're expecting about 20,000 soldiers to be disciplined.
Wow. Okay, then that means that the math doesn't add up. That's some of that funny math.
According to the math that we got, so every branch is they're reporting roughly 98% vaccinated. Now, things like the Army, they're at like 98. The Air Force is like 98.4.
Okay, but hold on.
They're all roughly 98%.
Let's just use the Army for an example because that's the largest. How many are active right now in the Army?
Active duty numbers, what did we end up with on that? It was 481,000, I believe.
So 481,000. So let's say that they're at a 98%. Vaccinated rate. Mm-hmm. That means that's still a very high number that are not, and if they don't follow suit, then they're going to be out too.
Well, that depends if you're using that new math by Al Gore back when he invented the internet, or so. What do we got? 9,620 is what they're expecting.
This is Rona math.
Yeah, this is Rona math.
Yeah, because even like on some of the news stations, they were just saying what happened to all the other illnesses, like the common cold, the rhinovirus, the flu. Like nothing is normal anymore. It's all Rona.
I think they were all assimilated under Rona, kind of like the Star Trek thing with the Borg and kind of stuff like that. So
resistance
is
futile.
Now, the resistance is futile. You're now the Rona flu.
You have an enlarged prostate.
Yeah, that's Rona related that's too. Rona. So
menstrual cramping.
Yeah,
that's Rona.
That's definitely Rona.
And it's just amazing. You got a cavity.
That's Rona.
That's Rona.
Yeah. You've had too much Rona.
Yeah.
You didn't floss between Ronas. Yeah, you can just go on and on with the Rona thing. The good news is, there are a lot of other diseases out there. We're like, hey man, we were killing people left and right.
We know that with Ringmaster, with his erectile dysfunction, that's Rona. That's Rona related.
Wow.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag for that?
I wouldn't have called that. I would have just said, his condition.
Well, he did go to the Mayo Clinic.
Let's move on. I don't want to get a yellow card.
But it's everything is Rona related now.
It is.
And then, with all the stuff that's going on in the military, it's just that those numbers don't add up. The percentages.
Well, and I question her. So we're going to kick a whole bunch of people out of the military as we're having the possibility of Russia invading Ukraine.
Timer just went off.
I
wonder how those 175,000. I wonder how that 175,000 troops that are on the Ukraine border. How's the Rona affecting them?
I don't think Rona is affecting any other military except ours. I think they're all fine.
Well, that's good. That's good. We got that going for us.
The rest of the world in their military, they're worried about things like training for war and defending themselves.
Yeah.
We're more worried about
some Rona getting loose on
some vaccinations.
The war requirements of the rules of war. You have to keep 6 feet between front lines, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that makes totally sense.
Social distancing on the front lines.
Yeah. So I hope you're not carrying an M4 carbine when you try to bayonet me there, soldier, because it's not going to have the reach.
You, sir, just violated.
You better have the full-length barrel.
You, sir, just violated the 6 foot distancing.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to take the bayonet out of me and take a step back.
You're going to have to walk yourself off the battlefield.
You just committed a Rona war crime.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
We'll give him a timeout.
All right. So what do we think here?
So
you want to do the side by side now? You want to do it, or you want to do that after the big FUs?
Let's get the big FUs because that's going to take a minute. So let's get the side by side.
All right, so we're going to go to the Jim Beam. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Going back is not bad.
Going back's not bad, but you know what it reminds me of? Remember how we tried the real mead?
Yeah.
And then we went back to that Texas Renaissance mead, and it was like real syrupy, real sugary.
It's funny that you say that because the aftertaste of the Jim Beam is the Bitto honey aftertaste.
That's exactly where I was going with this. All right, now let's go to this Crown. Let's go to the Crown here. Crown. I'm going to go with the Crown.
Yeah. It's, you know what? For my liking, I wish it was less sweet.
Which one?
The Crown.
Okay, yeah.
No, I mean the Crown is better than the Jim Beam.
They're both sweet though.
I just think that if they could just lower the sweetness in both of these,
I think that with the Crown, if they would keep the apple but just up the whiskey flavor a little bit, it'd probably balance out. But you know what? With the Jim Beam one, as I keep saying it, but to me, do what?
It's thick.
It's thick and like syrupy. I'd be willing to bet that if you mix that in something like a ginger ale, that it'd probably be awesome.
Oh man, yeah. If you did like a hot toddy or something.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet that if you mix this with something, it would taste better than it does. Just
that'd be pretty good.
Straight on the rocks.
But straight up, I mean, we're not doing the rocks, just straight up. You know, obviously. So I'm saying Crown.
I'm gonna go with Crown.
I'm saying Crown.
So Crown all the way.
Crown all the way. All right. And I mean, and that being said, the Jim Beam's not bad. It's just, I think that the Crown's better.
I agree wholeheartedly that the Jim should be a mixer and the Crown is more.
And you know, she does have her American Honky Tonk Bar Association license. So I mean, she definitely. You know what? We haven't said anything that's like triggered her grammatically this time, like beers.
Oh, so
or whiskey.
Speaking of the beers, so. For anybody who listens, if you have Facebook, if you don't belong to like your local city, any of the Facebook groups, I strongly suggest you do it. So like where I live, I won't name the town, but it feels like they feel like they're a little bougie or whatever. So it gets really weird. So in our local one today, someone was
just say bougie again.
Yeah, bougie. So someone actually had the gall out there to say about a crime that happened in an apartment complex or something, and saying that it was related to apartments because once you build apartments, it brings the pores people.
You say the pores?
Pores people. And I'm like, I don't know if I should...
Like on your skin?
Yeah, I don't know if I should blast you because you're saying all poor people are criminals or
that all poor people live in apartments?
And all poor people live in apartments? Or your poor use of grammar.
Maybe they're afraid of blackheads.
Or maybe she said it attracts the pores.
Maybe they're afraid of blackheads or acne.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
because all acne now is also Rona related.
It was sad, but yeah. So if you guys you can get a hoot out of Rowan in some of your local groups. You'll see who all the snobs are in your town and all that kind of stuff. So, because trust me, they can't stop from posting their weird stuff.
Now they're just out of touch with the reality.
Yeah, so. Some of them end up in Facebook jail. Right. DJ Shane Guns.
Moving on. Time for
the big FUs.
And not just the big FUs.
But the big FUs year in review. Yeah.
Now, granted, we didn't have a full year. We only had a little over half a year to do this,
we did. But we had a lot in that half a year.
Yeah, you want to start this one?
You know what? I will. So let's see here with some of the big FUs. You know what? Let's go ahead and just state the obvious with the Biden approval rating here. It's
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
So his approval rating is at around the 42%. But his disapproval ratings at around the 51.6%.
Yeah, and these are both Gallup polls.
Yeah, so they're both Gallup. So 51.6% disapproval, 42% approval.
And just pointing that out so it doesn't look like we're trying to pull from one poll to another kind of deal.
But the most popular president of all time, 80 million votes. Come on, man. Come on, man.
So I mean,
so 80 million votes, and we're at a 51.6% disapproval rating.
Well, it can't have anything to do with his failed campaign promises.
Oh, you mean like the one where that whenever he straight up said that what was that tweet where it was like where that in the campaign where that he was talking about that we need to federally address the COVID pandemic and get it to end.
Well, he said he would fix it.
Yeah, he was going to fix this. And then this week in one of his tweets, he just said that there is no federal solution. This gets solved at the state level. So, outside of the fact that 42% of the headlines are just still anti-Trump, we don't hear anything on any of the outlets about the failed campaign promises.
Well, you can't do that because then he won't select your people to be in his White House press briefing. Because remember, the White House still requires all questions to be submitted first before you're allowed in the press room, and they've already predetermined who's going to be allowed to answer those or ask those questions that were pre-submitted, so they already have the answer ready for them.
That's just crazy.
But that is not what you call an open society.
That is
the actual opposite of an open society. That is controlling the press. That's ridiculous.
Now another thing too is that we had our border czar, Kamala Harris, appointed. She hasn't been back to the border since July, but just this week, the Guatemalan president openly stated that he has had no contact from anybody in this administration since the summer. So literally since July, whenever she went down, don't come. Don't come.
That was also the same trip.
Hey, hold on though.
All right.
But she did give some sugar cookies out that had,
pictures of herself on it,
pearl necklace.
Oh man,
that looked like her.
But she was greeted. Her whole convoy was greeted from the airport to that presidential palace in Guatemala with a large parade of Trump won signs and go home.
But you know what? Even if you get past the Trump won signs and stuff, I mean. She's the border czar, has been there one time. But, that's not what we were talking about in the campaign.
No.
We were going to get this border crisis under control.
No, instead we're going to reinstill some of those Trump policies and, get that going back together. But yeah, one of the big, like, slamming the door on anything that was positive in this administration in year one was Afghanistan. And we talked that to death because we knew what was going to happen and we talked about that. It's like everybody predicted, except for the Biden administration, of what was going to happen.
So today, on one of the news networks, they went back and they showed the press conference where they said, Mr. President, do you believe that the Taliban will take back control of Afghanistan? No, that's not going to happen. We have contingency plans in place. That's not going to happen. Well, moo moo cluckaroo.
Yeah.
Guess what happened?
Oh, yeah. Oh. There's still Americans in Afghanistan.
There's still Americans in Afghanistan.
I don't know why we're laughing at it because this thing had us both just
livid.
Hot.
We were livid.
I think it is the biggest military blunder of modern history.
And for clarification, we're not laughing because of the situation. We're laughing simply because of the fact that
you don't laugh, you're going to cry at this point.
And we still got 3 more years left of this, man.
Yeah, you think, you question how much damage a guy can do in a year. And it's pretty much, it's high. It's pretty high.
And I'm not going to say that Trump didn't do damage because he did.
Yeah.
But like literally Biden stepped in and goes, hold my hold my beer.
It's funny, comparing presidents. So another thing that came out of this one was looking at those approvals and those disapproval things. Every president since Bill Clinton, and I'm talking about Bill Clinton was the start.
Timer just went off. Go ahead and finish this.
Well, he was the last one over 50%. Every president since him has been under 50%. And Bill Clinton was the first one to ever only be at 50 or less. Every president who preceded him had 60% approval ratings in their first year, 70% approval ratings.
Even
in their
like
first
all
year.
the crap with Carter?
Even Carter had a 69% approval rating in his first year.
You have got to be kidding me. Was that on the Gallup thing?
Yeah, well, this it was one of the other polls. I actually just went. I think it was Gallup. I went and just looked at a statistical history.
So
of
one
all
of the
different
worst presidents in the history of the country,
of modern history and history of the country. Yes, Biden is now.
No. I'm talking about with Carter.
No, I know. I'm just saying Carter was. Biden is now light years ahead of this guy in the suck category.
Oh wow. And and I want to say that like
so keep defending
like,
him if you will.
Even Trump's approval rating, that first year, it was low.
It was terrible. It was worse than his.
I would say it was around 38 or 40%.
It was worse than Biden's. But just simply ask yourself, as a nation, are we better off now, year one post Biden, than we were year one post Trump? And only people who truly hate Trump will say yes. And
you know what? I would even go a step further than that. So if you compared where we are economically, with the military, with our trade, all of that, if you even compared 2008 to now,
yeah,
and he was vice president then.
It's nonsense.
So anyway,
student loan thing didn't get fixed, but we'll leave it alone.
Oh yeah, the student loan thing is that's what.
Oh yeah. So again, episode 34. Follow us on, give us some help out. Follow us on our YouTube channel. Get all those old episodes out there, liked and subscribed.
Make sure you check out our
Facebook,
oh yeah, did
Instagram.
you see all the stuff that's going on with Instagram too?
Well,
I have people messaging me saying like, "Hey,
well, there's a weird
we
thing
we didn't unfollow the page, but for some reason that
it's
just really weird.
People that were in this crew got unsubscribed.
Yeah,
from our channel. Why would I unsubscribe from my own channel?
I don't know.
I would never do it. But yet, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and they're different companies.
I'm telling you,
Instagram and Facebook are the same one, but YouTube is a different company, and I can't understand why I'm all of a sudden unfollowing things and unsubscribing things that I never clicked on.
Do you want me to tell you
those.
why?
Go ahead.
I can tell you why. Because one, this is a conspiracy theory, but with my conspiracy theory, it is 100% bogus, mathematical proven true.
Oh.
Okay?
Al Gore math.
I'm using my Al Gore math for this 100% true, bogus mathematical
is what
theory.
he originally called it.
I think that this is all put in place by John Kerry in Steel Reserve.
You know what? I bet you're right. Steel Reserve is probably partnered with Kentucky Deluxe.
That's it. That's what's going on. And you know why?
Whiskey and Wine is not supported.
Yeah, we're
not sponsored by. There we go. Whiskey and Wine is not sponsored by Kentucky Deluxe.
I think that they're upset because that they left us the most prickly on the inside.
There it is. We didn't get that one yet.
Got it.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody listening in. Don't forget to go out there, like,
what was that
subscribe,
again?
do all that stuff.
What was that again? Was it the apple whiskey that was kind of?
That was the apple whiskey. That was the sound of all the ghosts in Afghanistan after we left. Gotcha.
You're listening to Whiskey and Wine. This has been episode 34. Thank you, Cluckheads, for tuning in. Remember, in a world full of chickens, be a rooster. You're listening to Whiskey and Wine. Thanks for tuning in to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, where you can catch brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded with DJ Shane Guns.
Special thanks to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owner-operator right here in North Texas. Remember to pick up a bottle of Overlord's Dungeon Oil. It's 100% all-natural coconut oil.
Leaves you prickly on the insides.